just 14 seconds long, and it was the last time anyone ever heard from Daniel Reeves. Daniel was 28 years old. He lived alone in a quiet apartment complex just outside of Cedar Hollow, a small town where most people knew each other by name. He worked remotely in IT support. Quiet job, quiet life, nothing unusual. Until October 14th. That evening, Daniel called his older sister, Marissa. It was 11:42 p.m. She almost didn't answer, but she did. And what she heard would later confuse investigators for months. According to Marissa, Daniel sounded calm, not panicked, not rushed, just strangely distant. He said, "Hey, if something happens, check the storage unit." She laughed at first. She thought it was a joke, but he didn't laugh back. There was a pause, a long one. Then she heard what she described as a soft scraping sound, like furniture moving or something heavy dragging slowly across the floor. She asked him what was going on. Daniel replied, "I think I made a mistake." And then the call ended. 14 seconds. Marissa called back immediately. No answer. She texted. No reply. She assumed he had fallen asleep or his phone had died. But the next morning, Daniel didn't log into work, and Daniel never missed work. By noon, Marissa drove to his apartment. The front door was locked. No signs of forced entry. His car was in the parking lot. His phone was inside, sitting neatly on the kitchen counter. His wallet was there too. Nothing appeared stolen. Nothing broken. Nothing disturbed. Except for one thing. The bedroom. The mattress had been removed from the bed frame and placed upright against the wall. No blood, no damage, just moved, as if someone had been looking for something or hiding something. Police were called. They processed the apartment. No fingerprints other than Daniel's. No defensive wounds. No sign of struggle. Security cameras from the building showed Daniel entering his apartment at 7:30 p.m. that night, but no footage showed him leaving, and no one else was recorded entering. It was as if he had vanished inside his own home. Investigators then remembered the phone call. "If something happens, check the storage unit." Daniel rented a small storage unit on the edge of town. He had used it for years, mostly for old furniture and boxes from college. Police obtained a warrant. When they opened the unit, nothing seemed unusual at first. Boxes, a bicycle, old textbooks. But behind one of the boxes, officers noticed something strange. A section of the concrete floor looked slightly newer than the rest. A faint outline, as if it had been patched. They brought in equipment to scan beneath it, and what they discovered changed the entire direction of the case. Under the concrete was a metal container, sealed. Inside were dozens of printed emails and a hard drive. The emails were between Daniel and someone using the alias North River. The messages went back nearly 8 months. At first, they were harmless, forum discussions, tech conversations, but gradually the tone changed. not at a window, but directly into the camera, as if he suddenly realizes he's being watched. The clip ends. Police traced the alias North River. It bounced through multiple VPNs, fake credentials, burner accounts. Eventually, they discovered the account had once logged in without protection. Just once. From a public Wi-Fi network in Cedar Hollow, 3 blocks from Daniel's apartment. Surveillance from the cafe showed a man sitting alone, hat low over his face, laptop open. He paid in cash, left after 20 minutes. The footage was grainy, but investigators believed this was the first real lead. And then something even stranger happened. 2 days after police announced the discovery of the emails, something changed. It wasn't dramatic. There were no sirens, no broken windows, no emergency calls. Just a small detail that almost went unnoticed. At 2:14 in the morning, Danielle's apartment lights turned on. Not flickering, not malfunctioning. Fully on. The living room, then the hallway, then the bedroom, one by one. The neighbor across the hall happened to be awake. He later said it felt intentional, as if someone was walking through the apartment, turning each switch slowly. Police arrived within 12 minutes. The door was locked. No signs of forced entry. No open windows. Inside, everything looked undisturbed, except for one thing. The bedroom door was closed. It had been open during the previous search. Officers entered carefully. The room was quiet, still, but the mattress was back on the bed frame, placed neatly, centered perfectly. No dust disturbance underneath, no fibers out of place. It was as if it had never been moved at all. But the forensic photos from days earlier proved otherwise. Someone had put it back, and no one could explain how. There were no new fingerprints, no footprints, no tampered locks, and the building's security logs showed no keycard entries during the night. The only electronic activity recorded in the apartment was a brief reconnection to the Wi-Fi network at 2:11 a.m. for exactly 9 seconds. A device with no registered name, signal strength inside the unit, then gone. Digital forensics later revealed something even more unsettling. At 2:11 a.m., the same moment the unknown device connected, Daniel's laptop camera activated. For 7 seconds, no stored video file, no visible user access, just activation. A silent blink of the indicator light, and then darkness again. When technicians reconstructed the temporary buffer data from the system cache, they managed to recover a single corrupted frame. It showed the bedroom from an elevated angle. Not from the desk, not from the couch, but higher, near the ceiling, as if another device had been mounted there. In the image, the bed was visible, the mattress in place, and at the edge of the frame, a shadow, tall, indistinct, facing the bed, facing where Daniel once slept. The image was too damaged to confirm a person, but it was enough to confirm presence. Someone had been inside, after police left, after the media coverage began, after the world knew, which meant one thing. This wasn't panic, this wasn't cleanup, it was control. Weeks passed, the case slowed, tips stopped coming in, the alias North River went silent, no logins, no digital trails, as if whoever was behind it simply decided. It was finished. Marissa still listens to the call sometimes. She says there's a moment, right before Daniel speaks his last sentence, where the room sounds different, like the air shifts, like someone moves closer to the phone, and sometimes, when she plays it late at night, she thinks she hears 3 breaths, not 2, 3. Police officially classify Daniel Reeves as a missing person. No foul suspect charged, no body found. But there's one detail that investigators never released publicly. Inside Daniel's rotor logs, buried in the metadata from months earlier, there was a device label just once, briefly visible before it was masked. The device name read Guest. It had connected periodically for weeks, always late at night, always for short intervals, always from inside the apartment. Daniel never mentioned having overnight visitors, and neighbors say they never saw anyone coming or going, which leaves only two possibilities. Either someone had access to his space without his knowledge, or someone had been there longer than anyone realized. Quiet, patient, watching. If you are listening to this in a quiet room, notice the small sounds around you, the hum of electronics, the faint click of cooling walls, the soft rhythm of your own breathing. Daniel once believed he was alone in that silence. Until he wasn't. Take a breath and check your laptop camera. Just